Hi guys, I'm back. Let's talk diet drinks, sugar-free drinks. Pick the sweetener that works for you. I know some people have reactions to stevia, like myself. Stevia doesn't taste sweet, it tastes bitter. Remember, stevia is not sugar, it's not a sweetener, it's an enzyme. It's an enzyme that causes your tongue to have a reaction that says sweet on your tongue. Well, some tongues don't respond that way. It comes out bitter instead. So I know I can't use stevia in any of my drinks or sweets or anything because it's just going to taste awful to me. It's like unsweetened coffee, just bitter. The other thing is some people have more positive reactions or positive effects from things like sucralose, Splenda, aspartame, NutraSweet. Some people have less of a blood sugar reaction because some people do have some minor blood sugar reactions to those, so keep an eye out on that. Make sure the drinks that you're getting have the sweetener that you're looking for the effects that you're hoping for. I know I like Splenda, I like sucralose because it has no effect on my blood sugar. It tastes great. I don't have a weird oily aftertaste like I get with aspartame, and I don't have the bitterness like I get with stevia. And it's not saccharin, which, let's just avoid that. So, the other big thing to remember, this is not water. I mean, it's not just water. No matter how many different types there are, and no matter how great it is for your blood sugar, it's got sodium, it's not just water. It might say it's 0 calorie. Don't drink to excess. That's the important thing. You don't need 3 bottles of these a day. That's 3 glasses worth of iced flavored water that you can drink like a soda, like you would at a restaurant. They pour you a glass of soda and you're good to go for the meal. Drinks like this are a great way to build up good habits, because everything in moderation is, again, that's the line, right? Everything in moderation. Having flavored waters and sodas in moderation gives you... Always interrupted. It's a good start to making sure that everything else goes into moderation. So you're not having 2 desserts, you're not having a second plate of food, you're not having excess. And I found that this is the thing that, at least for me, is a thing that I tend to abuse first and go back and get a second, go back and get a third in a day. So I've had to really keep an eye on that and cut back, because if I don't, that's the same sort of habit that I'm going to keep doing with other things too. So find the sweetener you like, find the taste that you like. I like the Kroger ones because, local, and they're 59 cents each, which is way cheaper than soda, and it uses sucralose, which is great, and it doesn't have any of the other additives, for the most part, that sodas have. So for me, very, very positive effects on blood sugar, very positive effects on, I like the taste, and on my wallet. But again, don't drink to excess. I know it's a little bit silly talking about that with flavored water, but it's the things that don't matter as much in the long run that are the things that you need to exercise the most restraint on, because that's the best way to develop good habits, good eating habits, good keeping track of your sugars and keeping track of your blood and keeping track of your exercise. That's how you do it. You can't just do it on one thing and then focus on that and then everything else is okay still. That's not how it works. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to get healthy, if you're trying to maintain or improve, you have to keep at it. It's a constant thing. It's every day you have to decide, yes, I'm going to eat correctly today. You have to see that plate and go, no, I don't need a second bowl. You have to look and say, oh, it is time for me to go do those steps. It is time for me to go do push-ups or go for a jog or whatever. You have to do that every day. And you don't get to treat this like an exception. Because you start treating one thing like an exception, you'll start treating everything like an exception. You can treat yourself. This is a great way to treat yourself. Sugar-free Jell-O is a great way to treat yourself. But you need to make sure that you don't abuse the treats, because that's the fastest way to fall off the wagon and start abusing everything else. Thanks.